Technology, breaking news, insight, analysis. You're listening to Whirlwind Radio.
Hi there, welcome back to Whirlwind Radio. This is Marcello Sukhdeo. What will the future of work look like? That's the question that many companies are pondering. With the evolution of the workplace and how we interact with technology, our work is changing in so many different ways. In the show today, I will talk about some exciting changes, like having a system that will feed you documents that need your attention. I recently attended BoxWorks 2018, and this is an event hosted by Box. Box, as some of you may know, and may or may not even know, is a cloud content management platform. I guess when you think about Box, you may think about cloud storage. But Box is much more than a cloud storage company. It is an innovative company that is working hard to make our work easier, showing us what the future of work will be. An interesting tidbit, Box was born out of a school project that Aaron Levy was doing when he was in university, and this was back in 2004. Aaron is the co-founder of Box. The project that he did examined cloud storage options for businesses. And after he had contacted a few organizations to ask about how they were storing their content and data, Levy came up with the conclusion that the market was fragmented. So he saw an opportunity to build an online file storage business as a way for individuals to access and store documents and files. His story is one that is truly inspiring and motivational, especially to see where he started along with his friend Dylan Smith to build a company that today has over 87,000 customers, making up 69% of the Fortune 500 companies. Quite impressive. So what is so special about Box? Box is a cloud platform where you can store, collaborate, and share your files in a secure manner. You may say that, well, there's nothing special about this. What makes it different is that the company is creating different apps and products or features that make it easier to get work done. And I will share more about that later. So using Box is like operating all aspects of your business in the cloud. No need for paper. It is for companies who are embracing the digital age. Organizations today are grouped into two different categories: those born in the digital age and those that have started in the last century. Both groups realize the need to do business in the digital age, and they need to, as markets are changing faster than ever before. Then competition is much more intense as well, as companies continue to take advantage of the internet. Customer expectations are growing as well, and we expect so much more than ever before. And then, of course, there are new threats. So every company must become a digital business, and that is the need that Box is trying to fulfill for its customers. Here is Aaron Levy explaining the challenges that we face today in the digital business transformation. Roll clip 1.
We see a whole bunch of legacy and modern technologies that unfortunately are colluding to prevent us from really being able to transform the way that we work in our processes. We have legacy network file shares that make it really, really hard to be able to access data from multiple devices. We have legacy document management and content management systems that are great from an information governance standpoint, but unfortunately end users find too complex to be able to work in on a daily basis. That led to the growth in the consumer file sharing and file synchronization space, which is great for the end user experience, but unfortunately is fractured from where most of the critical intellectual property is in our organization. And then we have line of business applications that are being developed, which are incredibly powerful, but don't connect to the end user and knowledge worker systems that we're already working on. And then finally, as we have more and more SaaS applications in the enterprise that are helping us be more productive, they again are not connected to all of the other data that we have. So we're creating more and more places where work is getting done or where information is being managed. And so from our perspective, we see this as a massive problem. Because if I want to be able to have a streamlined business process, or I want to be able to share with anyone in real time. I can't go to 5, 10, or 20 different places to be able to find my information or to be able to get work done. And each of these systems is its own data silo that is essentially preventing us from having access to the information that we need in the place that we need it. We see that work gets fragmented. We see that business processes are disconnected and broken, especially for end users. And data becomes insecure because you don't have a singular model for governing, securing, and ensuring the privacy around content that gets connected across all of your business systems. And we see these as fundamental barriers to digital transformation.
We have seen so many different systems and platforms that we use on a daily basis that are not even working together to give us that smooth way to enhance sharing collaboration. To really solve this issue, we need to work on one platform within our organization. Clip 2.
So if you're going to have one platform, you would have to be able to bring those types of capabilities together in a really seamless way. So the first thing is the platform would have to enable seamless and secure internal and external collaboration. And this is something that we've been doing now for about 13 years since we founded the company. So this is core to everything that we deliver. It would also be able to have to be able to have a single source of truth for content for all of the best-of-breed applications that we use every day. If I want to be able to work in Slack and communicate in Slack, I should be able to get access to my content from Box directly in that interface. If I have a business process using ServiceNow or IBM, I want to be able to connect my content up to that system in a really seamless way. So you have to be able to have a single source of truth for content that works across all of your best-of-breed applications, which means that you have to be a neutral and open platform to be able to deliver that kind of experience. We have to be able to automate business workflows across the extended enterprise. We have to connect our front office with our back office processes. The engaging digital experiences that we create that enable a customer to communicate with us have to tie in to the internal systems that our employees are using. We can't see these as disconnected parts of the business anymore. And as we know, we need to get more insight and we have to capture more intelligence from our content. We know that inside of all of our unstructured information is incredibly valuable data, incredibly valuable insights about our business. So we have to be able to bring advanced machine learning and artificial intelligence to our content so we can actually understand that information. And importantly, given the pace of change and given the innovation we're seeing in the AI space, we have to make sure that's an open platform so that way customers can pull in any of the third-party services, any of the advancements they're seeing from any vendor they want to be able to work with. And then finally, we have to make sure that we can deliver security, compliance, data privacy in a way that's embedded into the product that doesn't impair the user experience. And this is something that unfortunately so many other vendors and so many other eras of this technology have gotten wrong, where we think about security as separate or isolated from where work is getting done and from our productivity technology. We have to fuse these ideas together.
To do all of this, Box sees this as having your content on one platform, and then building apps to support the workflows and the processes needed within our working environment. Now we'll take a short break, and when we come back, I'll talk more about the exciting news that came out of BoxWorks 2018.
For the latest IT news and insight critical to your business, be sure to subscribe to our weekly IT in Canada newsletter. Our experienced team brings you engaging articles, videos, and podcast episodes targeted to IT professionals and industry executives.
Welcome back. One of the really neat things that Box launched is called BoxFeed. With so much content circulating in our organizations, it is very difficult to get the right documents that we need on a timely manner. With BoxFeed, you can have the most relevant content being served up to you in your box that need your attention. For example, say your team is working on a proposal and they need you to take a look at that proposal later. During the process of working on that, you will see that document within your feed. So you can just jump right into it and see the progress that is being made by your team. And you can even add and make comments or make changes within that document. The system is so smart as well that it would even serve up a document which it thinks you need to look at. So if there's something coming up, say in a few days, that needs your attention or your input, the document will show up in your feed. So you can be able to get into that document and start working on it. I will let Jitu Patel, he's the Senior Vice President of Platform and Chief Strategy Officer of Box, to describe BoxFeed for you. Clip 3.
Last year we launched BoxFeed, which was another great kind of innovation where the interesting part about content management systems is the more you use them, sometimes the harder they get to use. And we felt like we had an opportunity as we had more and more data being put in the box to make it easier to discover content. And the way that people discover content today is they browse for content. And once they browse for content, the second thing they'll do is once it gets too large to go out and browse to your corpus, they'll search for content. The problem with searching for content is that you need to know exactly what you're searching for. So we had this whole new way that we wanted to go deliver to our users, which was what happens if the system was smart enough to know exactly what content might be relevant to you based on what you might be doing and what your patterns of usage are, and then surface that content to you at the right time. And so that's why we launched BoxFeed, which was powered by BoxGraph. And one of the things that we found in our early customers is when people look at content that surfaces up on BoxFeed, they're 67% more likely to comment on it or engage on it or share the content or add it as a favorite rather than just looking at it on a recent file list. So really changing the way that people are actually working and seeing what's happening around them with the content that they have permission to.
That's exciting. One concern, though, is that what can you do if you want to keep your content private? For this, Box includes a permission setting that allows you to give viewing and editing rights to certain users. And this is especially important in organizations where there are many employees and not everyone needs to, say, access all files. And this is a good step to ensure that privacy and security are intact. Now, if you have a very personal document, it makes sense not to include that within your Box platform. You can just store that on your PC. Another benefit from using Box is its integration stance, and Box integrates with over 1,400 applications today. So this makes it very easy for users to securely access files whenever and wherever they are working from. One new integration that was just announced is the G Suite integration. Here's another clip. Roll clip number 4.
This is our folder view in Box. And from here, on the right-hand side, is our Create New menu. And this is how you create new documents in Box. As G2 mentioned, Box is the only content collaboration platform out there which integrates natively with all 3 major editing suites: Microsoft Office, Apple iWork, and now our newest addition is Google G Suite. And so from here, you can actually create a brand new Google Doc sheet or slide, and those files will automatically be saved and live in Box. And on the left here, you'll see some content that I've previously created. I've created my product spec here in a Google Doc, and from this icon, it actually indicates that my teammates are already collaborating on this file. So if I click into it, it will launch our Box preview, which supports over 140 file types, and now also supports Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides. From Open, I can directly launch into this editor to make real-time edits. And with all of the edits that I make, you'll see that all of my changes are being saved back to Box. And as one of the PMs of this integration, this sentence right here, all changes saved in Box, is actually my favorite feature because it really shows the essence of this integration, where I'm working inside a G Suite editor, but all of this document is being saved and stored in Box.
What is cool about this is that you can edit a document in any editor, whether it's in Microsoft Word, Apple Pages, or even Google Sheets, and it will save back in the original format type. Box integrates with all 3 main editors, that's Microsoft Office, Apple iWork, as well as G Suite, and this was just released as well, so that your team now can work together on a document real time, and all changes can be seen and saved even though you are on your own device or even at another location. Box also announced updates to its core tasks and automation capabilities. Automation is something that we are all trying to bring into our work processes, and through this, users can create simple triggers for recurring actions. Clip number 5.
So for example, it's as simple as if there's a certain trigger and a condition that's met, let's make sure that there's a certain outcome. So, for example, if there's a file that's uploaded, assign a task. If the task is complete, then make sure that you share the folder. If the metadata is updated, then apply a watermark. These are basic kind of automations and triggers that can be set within your entire environment.
So by using triggers like if, is, and then, you can set up automation tasks easily within Box. For example, if file is uploaded, then assign task, and that would complete that entire automation for that. Another example is if file is completed, then share folder. So those are some simple automations, workflows that to help you get tasks done quite easily. Now think about a monthly report that would need the input of a few people. By setting up an automation for the 15th of each month for the system to duplicate the last report and then to push that to BoxFeed for those employees, that will serve up as a reminder to update the necessary figures and updates within that report after that is done. So you can set up tons of tasks that can be completed in automated fashion or even partially, as we've seen in that example. I've just touched on a few exciting updates from Box. Their announcements centered around the digital workplace, digital business, as well as security and data protection. As with everything in the digital age, security is vital to ensure that all data is protected. We'll end with a clip from Aaron Levy, clip number 6.
We're just getting started in delivering the full potential of this roadmap and this innovation. We believe we'll see more innovation in how we work and more change in how we work in the next 3 years than over the past 30. And it's an incredible and exciting moment right now in this industry because we're seeing a tremendous amount of change and transformation, both in how we work and our business processes.
This is an exciting time within the industry for sure, and not just within tech, but across all industries as they work to adopt these new technologies to help us work better in the future. I hope you are as excited as I am about the future as it relates to work, and not just from what Box is offering, but also, as Aaron Levy said, about what we can expect in the next 3 years will surpass the last 30. If you'd like to know more about Box and their offerings, go to box.com. From the rest of the Whirlwind team, this is Marcello Sukhdeo saying stay safe in the technology whirlwind.